Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. Did you know we have a van?
Still at the Oregon coast, but the weather's not cooperating today. We have a lot of wind outside. We have a lot of rain. We've done these in the rain before, but with the wind, it makes it more iffy. We know that you're used to enjoying the beautiful scenery that's behind us, and today you're just going to have to enjoy the beautiful scenery that is us.
Ah.
Well, today we've got a sample from our friends Eric C. and Ruby Hart 921, and we've had very little luck.
Terrible luck.
With Eric and Ruby, but today is the day. Our luck is going to turn around. I can just feel it. This is 5 Sip Friday. We nose the glass, take 5 sips, try to guess what it is that we're drinking. We say whether or not we like it. Ultimately, it's revealed. Let's get on to the nose.
Yeah, it smells good already. I cheated. I just went right in.
Oh boy.
What's so boy about it?
I recognize something
I know.
about this.
I 100% recognize the aroma here, and I'm not going to get the right answer.
Exactly. Whenever we recognize it, we do very poorly. I'm not very strong on the nose is what I'm realizing. Every time I think something is one thing, then I taste it and go, nah, that wasn't right.
That's why you have 5 senses.
That's why I get 5 sips.
Good point.
On the nose here, though, the familiar note that I'm getting is a little bit of shoe polish, black marker sort of thing.
And I'm getting a little limestoniness.
Really?
Oak.
We haven't had a bourbon yet on 5 Sip
That's
Friday
true.
for season 3. We have had a rye, we have had an Irish whiskey, we have had a Scotch whiskey. Will this be our first bourbon? Let's get to sip 1.
Let's start the weekend.
Cheers.
Gosh, tastes familiar too. Shoot.
I wasn't... boy, I didn't like it at first, but it's coming around on my palate now.
The vanilla note, the oak and the vanilla note are wonderful.
Yeah.
I agree with you. When I first sipped it, I was like, huh. And then it sat there for a second, and I was like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah. I don't know that I love it. Not yet. There was only one sip in. But the vanilla is nice. There's a spiciness here that is building.
It's warm, and I don't know if it's proof warm or spice warm, but let's find out in sip number 2. Man.
There's a little fruit there, gentle.
Is this new riff?
You know what? There's a lot of new riffness
I know, there
to
is.
this.
Because every
Absolutely.
time I taste something like this, I'm like, I'm going to go barrel. I feel like I'm always blaming barrel because I don't ever want to pick new riff on anything.
I don't think that this is barrel. I wouldn't go that direction.
No.
The nose is still, for me, the defining characteristic. The thing that's standing out to me is that black marker. It's the one really familiar thing that I'm getting here.
I feel like we haven't given any flavor notes. So I am getting a nice brown sugar. That vanilla is really, really nice.
It's the highlight.
Yeah, I like the oak. It's pretty subtle but powerful.
There's a spice on the back end, and I do
Yeah.
think that it's palate spice, not proof spice. I think there's some cinnamon there.
I'm not 100% sold on if this is a bourbon or a rye
That's what
or
I was
something
just
else.
gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I think it's new riff.
I don't think it's a bad guess. What are we on? Sip 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, sip 3.
That nose is so familiar.
Cherry is starting to show up more and more. I wanted to say raspberry early on, but
It's
that's
almost
a cherry flavor.
Yeah, it's almost a little cough syrupy, almost viscous, like thicker.
It's
like
thicker.
like a syrup would coat.
Yeah, that's
A nicer way to say that than
yeah,
cough syrup.
that I agree with. Absolutely.
Shoot.
I want to keep sipping.
Me too. I want to go to sip number 4. I know we're not giving a lot of flavor notes. I think sometimes when something tastes familiar, it's hard to express what we're tasting.
Have you already zeroed in on you want to go new riff on this one?
Kind of.
And I have a choice that I want to go with too.
Oh, so we're
I've
just...
narrowed it down to 2 things in my head.
All right, sip number 4. I got some spearmint, or just some mint on that one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking... See, this is where... I just keep throwing out new riff. It wouldn't be funny if I didn't say new riff at the end. But this is where I'm thinking, ooh, I think this is a rye.
Okay. Mhm.
And then it ends up being a bourbon because it's stupid new riff.
It is a spearmint, indeed. It's that type of mint. I have it narrowed down to 1 now.
You do?
I do,
Oh,
and
I'm so excited to find out.
Both type and brand.
Oh, I hope you nail it.
I probably won't.
Yeah. Sip number 5.
Sip 5. It does coat nice.
I am getting a little bit of that Tennessee limestoney effect.
Interesting.
Are you?
Not really. I've got it narrowed down to 2. I had it narrowed down to 1, and
Now you're
it's
back
2.
to 2?
Yeah. I'm going to sit here and ruminate
Yeah.
on this. And why don't you say what you think this one is?
Okay, so even though I'm getting a little bit of that Tennessee note, I am going to go MGP.
Okay.
And I'm going to go New Riff, even though I know some of their stuff is MGP, some of their stuff isn't. There's just something about it from that first sip that I was like, dang it, I think this is a New Riff. And I am going to go a rye, and you know how this is going to go. If I think it's a rye, it's a bourbon.
If it is New Riff, it'll be bourbon.
But there's something about that spearmint note that I think turns it into a rye.
I agree.
For proof, I have not thought about it at all. It was warmer at the beginning than it was at the end. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go a 106.
106. Okay, very specific.
Yeah, I was going to go 107. I'm like, I feel like I always guess 107, so I'm going to go 106.
I think it's a safe guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, the nose on this,
Yeah.
there's only 2 whiskeys I've ever smelled that had that sort of shoe polishy black marker nose, and it's not my favorite thing. I don't dislike it as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But the 2 whiskeys that I've tried are High West Double Rye
Oh.
and
Huh.
Journeyman Distilling. There was a single barrel cask strength 125-ish proof at Mordecai in Chicago across the street from Wrigley Field, and that one had a lot of it, but I've never had a lower proof Journeyman rye. So if this is the Journeyman, it's something I've never had before.
I love how specific you are, and also I love how when you drink something, it evokes a memory. Like
Yes.
you have very specific memories of drinking something that
Yeah.
tastes like this.
I remember sitting next to JT and he was having Sazeracs and I was trying any random thing that I could find. So knowing that Eric C. and Ruby Heart 921 are in the Midwest
Yes.
makes me think that maybe we're dealing with I don't know, it doesn't really hit me like craft. But it could be a Midwest whiskey, something like a Journeyman. I'm not getting High West Double Rye vibes from this. I think
yes.
it's a little proofier than that. I think I'm gonna go total shot in the dark here. I'm gonna say Journeyman Rye 100 proof. That's my guess.
I like this guess. I do. I think it's a fun guess, and that's what 5 Sip Friday is all about.
Right, yeah, I went in a lot of circles there.
What made you wait a long time from Sip 5 to finding out what this is?
Yeah, I went in a bunch of circles. Probably wound up right back at the beginning, completely clueless. Well, thank you ever so much to Eric C. and Ruby Heart 921 as always.
And per usual,
Got a photo? I love the photos.
oh, you should. Do you want to take a peek?
One of
It's
these
the High
days,
West.
one of these days, I'm going to learn to stick with my instincts and stop all that sleuthing. Look at that, High West Rendezvous Rye.
Oh, funny. I'm still going to give it to you. I mean, you were very specific. High West or, and you just wanted to go with something different.
Oh, that hurts my heart.
I know. Wow, and we were way off on proof. So, High West Whiskey Rendezvous Rye. It's the 2021 release, 92.
I wanted to go 96 so badly.
Yeah. It's non-age stated, but said about 4 to 7 year blend of rye.
So this one is the blend of rye mash bills, and High West does this. They blend a little MGP, little High West, distill it. So 95.5 rye from MGP and 80% rye, 20% malted rye from High West Distillery.
I would not have guessed this was a High West.
I would have. And I would have
You
been
did.
right.
You did guess.
Oh, that breaks my heart. I really thought that we were going to get a Midwestern shot in the dark there for a split second.
I know, but I mean, you said High West. That's pretty darn close. So we were way off on proof today. I'm
Yeah.
going to give you like...
Oh, half a percentage point?
How about like a B minus? Because you had it there. It was a great answer, but you went with the other one.
Well, look, we went with the rye, and, we got some stuff right today, so I feel
Yeah.
pretty good about that. So ultimately, what do you think? I usually ask this before it's revealed what it is, but did you like this whiskey?
Yeah, there was parts of it that I really liked. I think I got caught up in the sip, to be perfectly honest. But High West is not one of the distilleries that I usually gravitate to.
Yeah.
It's more of a mixer for me in my old fashions. And so this is, I thought it was nice.
Yeah, I really like their finished whiskeys.
Yes.
And I actually, on the finish now that's been building, there is some familiarity with some of the High West stuff that we do like. So
Yeah.
yet more evidence that this was definitely High West, and I probably should have stuck with my gut. One of these days, I will learn to do that, and one of these days, we'll have a bourbon revealed on 5-Sip Friday. Still haven't had one yet this year, but that's okay. I'm having a great time. Are you having fun this season?
I love Rise, so I'm having a great time.
Well, as always, thank you for joining us, and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. At least we got the rye right.
Pretty bottle.
Man, this doesn't taste like High West to me. To you.